Así Hablaba Quetzalcóatl, Thus Spoke Quetzalcóatl, is a beautiful tale that offers upliftment to all truth seekers yearning for spiritual understanding. In this book, we follow the travels of the legendary Aztec god Quetzalcóatl, who is the story's enlightened master. In his offering of discourses to earnest seekers, we see that Quetzalcóatl highlights the importance of the inward journey. Transcending both time and space, this journey connects us with the inner heavenly light and music. Thus, the words from Así Hablaba Quetzalcóatl illuminate one's spiritual endeavors with profound truth. Calmness and silence. In that time, many were those who retired to the solitude of the mountain to meditate. And there were many who in the silence of the snow-capped volcanoes and the small hidden valleys were seeking for themselves. But Quetzalcóatl told them, "Those who search for silence in calmness will never find it naked. To lay it uncovered, you have to search for it among turbulence. Tell me, of what good is it for a heart to have calmness in solitude? Is it not like the calmness a stagnant lake has in a valley? Yet how great is a heart when among difficulties and problems it keeps calm and dresses with silence. It is like the torrent that slides down, serene by the side of the mountain. Some go to places where the most that could bother them would be the chirping of a little bird or the sound that the wind draws out from the leaves of the trees. And they think, I am tranquil and calm in these places. I have achieved calmness, and silence is the friend of my heart. But when you get in touch with uproar, your pulses flutter and your hearts get stirred up, and your thoughts collide with violence on your foreheads. And I would ask you, where have you kept calmness? What dwelling did you prepare for it in your chests that it went away so soon? Know that he who seeks for inner silence should find it among noises and voices and screams. And taking it should settle with it in your heart, and when you listen to it, you will not hear towards the outside, but towards the inside. And indeed, I tell you that not even 100 storms, nor the explosion of 1,000 volcanoes could ever take you apart from it. To seek them for inner calmness, do not go to where everything is calm, but to where there is no peace, and be you the peace. That way, in giving it, you will find it, and you will have it in the same way that you see how others need you to calm down. An example in order to flourish. Quetzalcóatl went all the way to the valley irrigated by the Tepeji River. It was a time of flowers, and people gathered them to take them to the altar of sacrifices. And this is how he spoke to them. Men and women, you will never learn. Do you happen to think you will praise heaven taking something that he put on earth for a purpose? Do you really think that by destroying the lives of these beings you flatter our Creator? These creatures were not put on earth to be taken and abused for being inferior, just as neither were the animals, nor the birds, nor the least of your brothers among men. If you really need plants to feed yourselves, take only that which you can eat, but do not get carried away by greed, for that unbalances the earth. If you want to raise an altar to the eternal, take nature itself for an altar and take care of it, because you will make your God rejoice more by leaving each flower and each animal and each brother of yours where they are, rather than by cutting their lives off. Can't you understand that you are taking death and leaving life behind? And may you be the flowers that embellish the temples. For it is true that a humble but filled with love surpasses the greatest palace filled with flowers. Leave then the appearances now, and do not deceive others by putting beautiful fronts outside your hearts. Journey Companions. One evening of the month of Toxcatl, full of blossoms and fruits, they had gathered near a small stream, close to the point where it kisses the Tautla River, becoming its eternal journey companion. And one of his followers told him, "Master, pour out your voice and give us strength, so that we may also become your journey companions towards the light." And he answered them, "My journey companions here on earth, heaven fixed a long time ago. The only thing I am doing now is to reap what he sowed. How many lifetimes have you come to my side? And how many more will you stay with me? Know that heaven never forsook you. Loneliness sprang from your isolation, but he never stayed apart from you. Do not be deluded by the appearances with which are dressed the things of this world, and know how to distinguish underneath them, because he can be concealed to the eyes of the flesh, but not to the eyes of the spirit. And your master can be very close, without you recognizing him, the same way your bad brothers are, and you do not recognize them. There is a saying in wise and faraway lands that goes, when the disciple is prepared, the master appears. But I ask you, could it be that the master never abandoned us, and it was only our ignorance that kept him concealed?" Uplifting viewers, thank you for your time with us today on Words of Wisdom.